Hi everyone, it's Kathleen. I'm here today to share with you, to tell you how I create my journal covers. My journals covers take hours and hours to do because of all the stitching. I thought I explained it, well, obviously not thoroughly, but I explained it somewhat. I'm going to show you a little bit on how I compile my covers. So these are, I'm going to show you some, these are some of the covers that I'm going to call them base covers that I'm going to use in my Scrappy journals. So it is a piece of craft paper. Oh God, I took a few, no, I can't remember words. Handmade papers and cheesecloth. So I start off with a base like this. Let's maybe zoom out the camera a bit to show you. They're very similar. So this would be the front, and all the backs are like that, scrunched up cheesecloth with the craft paper and the handmade paper sewn on the machine. I like using the machine when I can. Lately, and I made these several months ago when my back was better. Now I spend most of my days in bed, so sitting up crafting because of my back issue. So when I compile something on the sewing machine is on a good day when I'm able to come a few feet to my craft room and do this. So I'm here filming today in my craft room telling you what I did on these that I did a couple months ago. So they all look similar. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Scrunched craft paper. You can use crepe. Scrunched craft paper. You can use paper bags, packing paper, wrapping paper, whatever. I use whatever I have on hand. And these are a combination of both. This is another one. Very similar. Craft paper, cheesecloth, and two pieces, a rectangle and a square-ish, a squarish shape and a rectangle-ish shape, glued with a glue stick onto the craft paper bag, and then I'll show you in which order I stitch everything on the sewing machine. You don't have a sewing machine? No big deal. Stitch it by hand. You want to use gel medium? Go ahead, use gel medium, but use a soft gel medium so it has movement and flex. So that's the second one. So all of these are virtually the same. Craft paper, scrunched, cheesecloth, scrunched, sewn around the edges, a rectangle and a square sewn on. And I said, because my days at the sewing machine are limited, my time at the sewing machine is limited, when I do something, I do it mass making. So then I can take it to my bed and work on it. So that's what these are. And they're all the same because I used up all of this paper. I don't have any more of this handmade paper. They don't even sell it in Edmonton here anymore in the specialty art stores where I would get this. It was a fad a while ago, and I haven't been able to get any since. That's okay. Now, when I run out of this, I'll use fabric or something or other paper. I'm going to try to use up my scrapbook paper because I used to teach classes. I have tons and tons of scrapbook paper in the basement. So I'm going to use my coconut oil. It's some kind of a bookmaking Japanese or some sort of a squashing technique to get the paper to feel like cloth so I can stitch on it. When you stitch on just paper, you have a chance of ripping. And I don't like using pliers for my needle, so that gives me grief. So I would prefer to just stitch from my bed. So this looks like a good size, and I have this, and I just go by what I have. I have this piece, so I'm going to make two covers out of this. So I divided this in half, and I tear like this. Scrappy journals. So one had a cut. This one had a tear, I mean. And this one's a little wonky. Let's work with the teared wonky one. But where's my Tim Holtz worn out ruler? So this is, well, this one here is approximately 11 inches. 11 inches. 11 and a half inches. Does not have to be exact. And this one is 12, say 13 inches. So 11 by 13. 11 by 13, approximately, to give me a cover size that's like this. Mike, what's my cover size like this? Well, at the tallest part, 10 inches by, okay, this is by 12 or 13. So we're going to see, oh, this is obviously a paper bag because you can see the perforations here. So let's just make a cover out of this. I'm not going to go to my sewing machine. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on that. I just want to show you how I create this type of thing. So let's put one aside. And literally, I crunch. So what does that mean? Palms down, crunch, crunch, crunch. Palms down, crunch. I'm going to give it one crunch on each side, or a couple crunches. Very technical, very technical. Crunch. I want to keep this kind of flat because I'm going to be gluing things and stuff on it to stitch around. So this is a nice crunched piece, and you see when I went palms down and scrunched. This part has the nice shape. So I want it to be like a smiley face. So when I palms down and scrunch, I'm going to twist my hands upwards like this. Palms down, squash, in at the center like a V. Palms down, squash, down like a V. And I'm going to do that. So the first round was just squashing. The second round, palms down, scrunch, and to a V. So I like this side. I like how you can see these bends on the back side that I was working on. So let's kind of flatten it a bit. And you just kind of maneuver it. You just, let's maybe bend this back a little, pass it down, and I may be crunching it some more. I want some folds. And it'll be layers on layers on layers. This can be any size you want. It does not have to be this size. Any size you want to make a book. A big book, a small book. And again, I like it. And I'm not scared of manipulating this whatsoever. Okay, I love that. And I'm still giving it more. This has not been coated with coconut oil or anything. And my coconut oil is in a jar. I buy it from Safeway, where the popcorn oil or oil is, and for cooking. So that's where I buy it. $4 a jar, very cheap. So this is my Scrappy craft cover. Then I have cheesecloth. Cheesecloth, sometimes I buy by the meter at Fabricland. Sometimes, and it's unbleached. Sometimes very rarely do I find it at the antique store. I found this at the antique store. I don't even know what this is, but I'm going to use it like cheesecloth. Not on the back of the book, because this is, I'm going to call it very spider webby, very thin, fragile. I'm going to save this for clusters, snippets. So this is by the meter cheesecloth. Maybe the dollar store carries this. I don't know. That you can buy it a lot of places. Some food stores have cheesecloth, and sometimes it's bleached white. Other times it's unbleached, and it is this cream color. So let's see what kind of a piece I have. Well, that's obviously by the meter. Look at how nice and neat that is. What's my bottom here? Whoa. And that's kind of nice and neat. Is that a salvage, or did I tear it? When you tear it or cut it, it makes a big difference. Sometimes you'll pull a string and it'll go crazy. So let's see how big this is. Did I turn it? And I'm working with what I have. So let's see. This is probably bought by the meter. Okay, look at that. That'll fit for 2 journals. So I am going to lay this on top, get my fabric scissors. I will try to, if I try to tear it, I think it'll go straight up and then it'll go across, and I don't want that. It'll just be wonky. So let's see if I have these. Do I want to use this? No, I want straight. Let's just use our regular scissors. I'm going to leave, I don't know, about 1 inch. And you can see I'm going to be giving it a wonky edge, just irregular. So that's for 2 covers. So I'm going to put this to the side. I'll fold it up later. Why did I say 2? Because I have this one here that I'm going to scrunch up. And do paper bag. We used to have groceries in paper bags in our stores, and the Infinite Bisman wanted to save the trees. So then we went into plastic bags. And so now the plastic bag people are saying, oh, geez, we want to save, I don't know what they want to save, but now we're back to paper bags. So my Safeway has paper bags. Hallelujah. I will pay 15 cents a paper bag or 30 cents or whatever they charge me because I love paper bags. Okay, here's my crunched up piece, my second crunched up piece. You see how fast that is? And the warmness of my hands makes this nice shape. Okay, so I have 2 pieces. 2 pieces of craft. So I've got this piece. There's that. And let's just cut it in half, and I'll give you a measurement of. So whatever your craft paper you're working with, scrunch it up and your cheesecloth is going to be a little bit bigger. Sometimes, look at that, sometimes exactly the same size, sometimes scrunched up, it's maybe 1 inch bigger, ½ an inch, it's just a little bit bigger. So instead of having it square or rectangle on rectangle, I'm going to put it slightly at a diagonal because I want more and less. You see how it almost forms a triangle shape there for me. So let's turn it over. This is the back. Yoo-hoo glue stick from Fabric. Okay, so this is a regular glue stick that I buy at Staples. And I buy them by these glue sticks by the box. 20 bucks a box. 24 bucks a box, 26, whatever they charge, depending if there's a sale or not. I always buy by the boxes. Okay, so let's go. And you see, it's just kind of random because I'm going to be stitching on there. This is going to be for tacking for temporarily stitching. So instead of straight down, we're going to go clockwise about, what is that, 1 inch or so? And you see how sometimes I'm off the paper, a little bit off. Let's make it kind of on. So you're about ½ inch off. I'm pointing here and you can't see. ½ inch off. This craft little bit is ½ inch off. ½ inch off there. And I'm going to squash it. Now, what am I going to do? I'm looking at this. I'm going to do all 4 edges the same. Do the same thing. Palms down. Scrunch, and let's take one of these ready-made so I can show you. You see how I put the craft paper is scrunched and folded inward on itself. So let's glue a little bit with a glue stick. Okay, I'm just flatten that out a bit. Why? I don't know why. This is glued down. Let's just take and just dot a little bit on the top. I'm just working with this little bit on the top here. And my hands might get sticky. I'm going to get my cloth, wiping cloth. Palms down, scrunch, and let's kind of manipulate it. Scrunch, scrunch, and scrunch and down, scrunch and down. And let's take this. Maybe we need to have some on top. And I'm going to scrunch and twist, scrunch and twist. When you're sewing it, hand stitching or machine stitching, you can maneuver it. Maybe I want to stick that out. Maybe I want to take this out, you see? So maybe I just want to maneuver how it goes a little bit. So maybe I don't like that. Maybe I'm just going to play around with it. This is a little bit up and wonky. Let's kind of scrunch it, squeeze it down, fold it on top. And we can, I like to maneuver this on the sewing machine. So I'm roughly doing this, and as I go on the sewing machine, I am kind of going like a letter S, inverted S, S, all the way down. And let's do the same with this thing. Let's put some there, scrunch it, scrunch it, scrunch. Okay, and on the machine, I'm going to fool around with it by manipulating where I sew along the edge. Do this side, a little bit of, I can't do this in my, oh, well, shoot, I hope I didn't go on my wood. I wasn't going to create today. I don't like to put glue on my old secretary here. So let's just palm scrunch down, palm scrunch down, palm scrunch down. And if that isn't sticking, my cheesecloth, you see how I like to see that jagged edge. So I'm not just folding it down this way. I'm folding it down and then turning it up because I want to see that scrunched edge. And that's folded down. I don't like that. So fold it out. There you go. Okay, and I can maneuver that at the machine. Look at how nice that's looking. Same thing. You do that to each side. Palm scrunch. Fold in like a V. And scrunch so you see the ends of the paper. And whoa. Put it where you think, oh, I want to see that. So how is this going to work? Let's just go like that. Scrunch. And my hands are really sticky. I'll wipe this. And, oh, really sticky. Okay. So that's, see, and I don't want that folded down. I want it up. So I take this, literally. Do I show you in my machine? Why not? Let's make you dizzy. I'll show you what I do. Okay, I gotta move my cover because I'm going to show you in the next video how I put together my slit slot binding system. Finished all my pages. Okay, we are going to move you. So if you're dizzy, hang on. Hopefully my iPhone doesn't fall off. Oh, how did I do this? Oh, please, Lord, don't let this fall. Oh, please, don't let this fall. Okay, where are we here? Can you even see? Okay. Okay, I think you're good. This is that machine. Okay, so I'm not going to do all the, I'm going to show you how I stitch the edges of this. So let's, I want to start around the bottom center. So I like the way this sits. So let's move this baby in. I'm using, yes, I'm driving over glue, but I told you I have a Teflon. No, I don't have it here. Here. I don't know where it is. Oh, maybe it's in my other case. It's a Teflon needle. Oh, it's probably in there. Teflon needles. Maybe it's in there. Nothing in there. Oh, It fell out. Look at this. Okay, Teflon needles. You can sew through glue because what is Teflon? It does not stick to anything. Schmidt's 5 super non-stick needles. Non-stick. They're Teflon coated. Super universal. I got this at the sewing machine store. So I stitched through glue with this. And what is there? $8.99 for 5 needles. Worth every single cent. I won't have any other needles but these because I do journaling. I don't sew clothes anymore. I don't sew anything else anymore other than journals. And oh my Lord, my hands are so sticky. Okay, I just wanted to put this back because if I don't, I will be looking through it later. Okay, how do we sew this? Let's go. I put it in here, make sure that I couldn't remember if I had those 2 threads out to the back. Let's pull them. Yep, we're good to go. Okay, down. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you'll watch me how I stitch, and I'm gonna, this is about not quite an inch worth, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And I'm gonna be maneuvering. I like the way this sits, so let's just go. I wanna catch the craft paper, and I'm just moving it back and forth like that. Inverted S. S, inverted S. And then I maneuver it. Where's this? I don't like it folded down on itself. I want to maneuver it so it's coming out. You see that? You just can maneuver it however you want. Come to the point and stop. Move it. Okay, and let's put the pressure foot down. I want to cut this thing off. And hold it down, and let's kind of scrunch it in there. Scrunch and flat. And I want to see the edge of this. So I like how that's up. And let's turn this around. Okay, I like that. So let's just keep going. That's good. Keep going. And you see how I'm twisting? And I'm coming to the end, but I want to see that. So let's just maneuver it. Maneuver it that way. Whoa. Okay, come on. Let's catch you. And let's scrunch up and down. You see how I maneuvered that paper? So I caught that tip. And let's pull some of that out. And let's drive over him to secure him down. And is it all wonky, the width? Probably. That's the more I like it. So let's just, let's see, this is a little bit straight. I ripped it. There you go. Look, I ripped. And hold it down. Let's stick this cheesecloth in there. See how nice that looks? Okay, that's a nice little tear. Nice little tear there. I folded that back. Let's give him a little bit tear here. Whoa. A little bit tear. What do I have here? Is this where I started? Nope, but I don't like how it's. If you don't like it, take it apart and move it. So there you go. Look how nice that is now. I took it apart. Let's do this little bit. And you can see what I'm doing under there. If you can't, you'll have to zoom in. Okay, and this down, and I'm going to squash that cheesecloth in there, and it gives it almost like a pointy. Oh, I ripped it? Yeah, because I just wanted it ripped. Okay, and this is straight down. I want it up. This craft. So, okay, I'm stuck by something underneath here. Okay, I pulled it, so I'm fine now. I want to see that craft paper. Tore it because I want to stick this underneath, and let's put that down. And okay, lift this up because it's going to get stuck, and let's go under like that. Like the way that looks. Make a point. And let's see, is this our home stretch? Yeah, we have half a journal to do. Look at how great that is. Oh, let's give this guy a little tear. Okay, I did it once. Where's my other? Let's have a look. Oh, this is only done once because we're going to be doing a lot more layering and stitching on this. Okay, so what do I do? This is done here, this part. And let's take our needle out. Oops. And cut. All right, so let's bring our, shut off my light. Nope. Let's bring this over. Please don't fall on my phone. Perched on a light. Perched on a light. And you're gonna fall, dear Lord. Okay, this is where we are now. I should have covered up my glue stick. So we have to do some kind of patchwork. Do I have paper? I have a white paper. Any other color? Well, let's just do this. Oh, you know what? I have a very dark paper. Very dark because that, oh, that could be nice. Okay, let's just choose some of this handmade paper. I just had it up here. Okay, so let's just take a rectangle-ish part, and let's get a square-ish part. This is handmade paper. One, two, three. I just need a small bit. Like that. So that's my little handmade paper bit for now. And one's a darker side and one's a lighter side. I like how I see the botanical. This is light. That's dark. I like how I see the botanical. Like that. Okay, I like this. My center is going to be like this. So I like how that looks. So let's just loosely put this on because it's going to be stitched. You see how it's not straight. It's twisted clockwise. And I'm seeing, so it's just about at the tip there. Like there's about 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. And this thing here, so let's just see, because I'm going to have something coming in there. Do I have, what's this? I don't know if I'm going to put paper. Oh, this is a nice piece. Okay, I got these two pieces just sitting here. Okay, I'm going to, here, I don't like the straight edge here. So I'm just going to tear this. I'll use this one. And this is a smoother side. This is the more textured side where these fibers, straw fibers or whatever they are. I like how that makes that nice little shape. So, and I want to come down to here. OCD, OCD. There, pivot point and pivot point and up. So there and there is covered. Let's use this pivot point there and there. I like how that is. Let's glue this down like that. So you are gluing down different pieces of paper now. I'm using that point and that point as a pivot point. Perfect. And then we have this piece. Shouldn't be wearing rings when you're playing with glue. Okay. Again, I want to line up this and maybe follow that sort of line. I don't want it like this. That's not how I want it. I want it 1, 2 is on top, 3 is on top. So that's just, I like how that is. So I'm going to glue this shape here, and I'm going to go to the machine and I'll show you how I stitch on. So there's this. Corner. Touches underneath there. Okay, does this match? Let's choose some. I don't know if I have. Oh, it has the teal in there. Let's see. Let's cut up this fabric. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, if I wanted to have some. Where is my ticking? Oh, let's see. Oh, let's choose this. Okay. This is ticking. Well, it's a big long piece. I like the way that looks. Let's fold and see where our center is. All right. So just to get design, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and stitch around every one of these squares. I lost my seat cover. See if I can go closer. Turn that on. Come on, seat cover. Nice soft blanket. Okay, close off my lid. So these are the 3 base layers. I want to be in a pivot point. I want to be able to, let's start with here. Start from the bottom working up. And I want to just do, I'm using my pressure foot on the outside of this green. Again, if you didn't want a machine stitch, if you can't, hand stitch. There's no reason why you can't hand stitch. I don't do one over the other. It depends on how my back feels. Hand stitching is usually the norm, but since I'm here on the camera, this is going to go fast. So I did that teal one. I'm going to go about 1 inch into the white, go along the bottom, and I'm going to outline the white handmade paper, and I know it comes straight to here, so I'm just going to go this way. So hand stitching or machine stitching, whatever you want. I don't choose one over the other. It's just strictly on how my back is, whether or not I can actually walk to the craft room. So let's see here. This is good, and this is the center of my book. So I know if I just go up here onto the teal, I know that I'll be covering it with stitches and other fabrics. So I'm just going all the way around this teal shape. Anchor this square, and I'll leave this here, and I'll stitch on some other fabric bits. And this is how I create my cover. I'm attaching fabrics on. Okay, so this is done. Let's cut that off. And can you see? Nope, let's move you. Okay, there you are. That's my book cover. Okay, so I wanted to have some of this. This is coffee dyed. It'll be covered with stitches anyway. So that, you wouldn't even see that. So do I want to have stitches going across that way? Maybe I do. So where's the other? Oh, but I wanted a thicker one over there on the spine. Here, let me see what I've got over here. Oh, that's too thin. Okay. Oh, what's this? How long is this thing? Oh, perfect. So let's just choose. Great, let's choose three stripes. 1, 2, 3. And I'm centering that on the white. So let's find a glue stick. Sorry, I hit you with my arm. And darker on top. Let's move the darker one on top. Center it top to bottom. Center it left to right. There we are. And where's that other piece? Okay, this one. This point is lining up there, and I maybe centered it, or do I want to go down? Or do I want to stitch in here? That's more interesting. This area. This is more abnormal, so I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue in there. This was a beautiful blouse that I bought from the secondhand store, and it was too small. It shrunk in the bag coming home. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I got those two there. Let's sew those down. I don't know what else I want to add for what I have in here. Don't want to add, oh, I got the yellow, but I got that bright color. This is Tim Holtz fabric. Okay. Tim Holtz fabric. Dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum. Sure, why not? So let's just go like that. Let's cut this in half. This is called Abandoned House Fabric by Tim Holtz. And, oh, which piece is nicer? That one? This one's kind of light. I think I like that. I'm going to be stitching over it. I like that. It's darker. Okay, and let's see some of these yellow bits. Do they look all right? Okay, let's just see what this looks like. I have to stand up. I want to go right to the corner here, but I don't want to go to the corner there. I want to see. So let's make it horizontal. Okay, I like that. Do I even want this? No, I don't think I want that for now. I don't know why. I like that there. Let's put this big thing here. Here, let's see. Do I want, I want this. I don't know why I want this, but I do. I don't know why I want it, but I do. Let's put them down. Barely underneath. Glue line, and you see how it's hanging over about, what, ½ inch, ¼ inch? Covering that corner, ½ inch over. Let's drag it right to there, so right to where that fabric starts. And there. Is that horizontal? It is. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to glue that down, and that'll be my base for this, well, for ad journal in the future. So let's start with Let's just start with this one here, the bottom. I'm on the Tim Holtz Abandoned House fabric. Up this way. And across. I better just go straight across. Straight across. My fingers there holding the fabric down so it doesn't get stuck in the machine. Okay, I'm gonna get back on that same line so I can go around this navy stitch. Let's can I leave that? Am I gonna be stitching over it? I'm probably gonna be covering it up. Let's go around it. I'm gonna outline all this flowered bit. Here, this blue, dark blue flowered bit, but I'm gonna go around this. Okay, I already sewed that down. I don't have, so I missed this little piece. So or I didn't do it yet. Let's do this ticking, or engineer's fabric, or whatever you call this stuff. Okay. Oh, let's just go straight up. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. And across. I'm going to be doing so much hand stitching over top of this. And I'm going to go down. I think I sewed that, so let's go all the way down here. So what else do I have to do? This little bit and that top bit. Okay, turn around. This is a loose bit all the way up here. So let's go straight up. Drive over the same seam line. Turn around and go on the outline of this navy. Hand stitch or machine stitch, it does not matter. I'm going to be adding fancy embroidery stitches. Okay, so let's make a square here to outline this yellow. I can't see if I've done this or not. Okay, I'm done. So this is hand stitching the cover. Put that away after. Okay, so what else? Where's my cover? Where's my cover? Let's move you to a better spot. Oh boy, over here. There. Find my cover. Okay, so what's the difference between this and that? Looks like this one's a little wider than this one. That's okay. We can just work accordingly. And so are both of these in frame? Just about. Okay, so this is our front. And that's our front. So you see how I do stitching? I can't remember if I've done stitching like this on videos before. I think I have. So I would choose some sort of stitches to do here, and I would stitch on that. So you see how I have my basic 2 fabrics. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. off-white handmade paper. Handmade paper. I put this, oh, it looks like I have another rectangle, this green fuchsia rectangle, and the polka dotted rectangle. So here I added stripes, flowers, and a solid and a Tim Holtz fabric. So I'm just adding on different fabrics. So now with this one, I see that I've saved that. I know I saved some of this fabric, this eyelet. And where did I save that eyelet? Right here. So I know I saved this eyelet. I have some of this beautiful eyelet. And 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 is here. Oh, that'll be perfect. 1, 2, 3. You can tell it's old. Why? Because look, I can just tear it like butter with my fingers. So this is a ruler. At the widest part, 4 3/4 wide, and I had 3 scallops, 3 inches. So this piece here, okay, that's the right side. This piece here is going to be glued on like this. Okay, I'm going to take it off. I don't need it up to here. Look at that. That's how old it is. I'm going to save that probably for a snippet. So I like the eyelet. Because you see how this part has that eyelet here. That's what I'm doing here. So if this goes here, I love how that looks. Okay, so that's good. That's good. I don't like seeing it double, so let's just see if... Oh, come on. Go down. Oh, go down. Oh, gee, that's good. And let's see this piece. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay, let's see how this is looking. Okay, do I have any things and stuff made that I can just stick on there? Do I have any things and stuff? Not there. Well, why don't I have things and stuff? Oh, look at this beautiful piece. What is this? Look at that. Huh. Oh, I don't want to cover everything up. I do like that. Or do I just want fluff? That's too flat. I'll put that inside the journal. And what's this? You see how I have a big long thing with color and another something coming out. So I'll have to make a snippet and then put put another snippet down. So this is how I would arrange it. I'm not going to finish this right now because I don't know what colors. I'm going to go with probably these teals and ivory, teals and turquoise and honey. But I would make a snippet piece, a long snippet piece, and then I snuck a second snippet piece in there. So that's where I'm going to be doing there. You stick 2 pieces on there, and then you just hand stitch different stitches, hand stitch different stitches. I use that mohair, I think it is, mohair thread. I love how this is done. I'm going to do that the same way. Just look at that fluffiness. Can you see? See that fluffiness? Okay, gorgeous. So that's how you make the cover. Oh, I showed you in a previous video how to attach this slot system to the inside of my book here, but I can't do that until I hand stitch, because I really hurt my fingers by adding stitches to Ashley's journal. I added a lot more stitches, so thumb hurts, so I'm going to let my thumb rest. So moral of the story is don't stitch through glue. This is beautifully soft to stitch through. Look at this, beautifully soft. So you can hand stitch all the way around this. And my next step, I would create snippets and put a long snippet there, a shorter snippet here, and then I would embellish it with all these other stitches. I showed you how to attach a big long wraparound tie for your journal. Usually I go around twice and then I just slip it. It will be the right length once my signature, or once my pages are inserted. When slit, mail slot, so my slit pages will be inserted. That's the next video, inserting your slit pages into your slot binding. I hope this cover class tutorial was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video putting together the slit slot binding system for Ashley's journal. Thank you everyone for watching, and bye for now.